welcome back, guys, to the Hits Objective podcast, where we hit the objective and manifest the goals and dreams that we truly aspire for. And today we're going to be talking about staying in your lane, but more importantly, I just want to start by saying happy holidays. I hope that everyone is, gearing towards a great end of the year. And, Christmas is indeed a pagan holiday. It definitely has a lot of controversy surrounding the entire meaning of this, and I know that we don't all believe in Christmas. I don't believe in Christmas, but I absolutely love Christmas because I could tell you, going back to episode 3 talking about parenting, I could remember my mom always made it a super great time for us. I didn't grow up quite, I would say, privileged, so Christmas time was always a very special time. There's always just more stuff in the fridge to eat, better stuff, there's treats and candy and you name it. And Christmas was always like a super great time for me. And like they say, whatever stems from your childhood that's good definitely carries on with you into your adulthood. And so Christmas has always been an absolutely, I would say, phenomenal, magical time for me. And that's just how I see it. Because, at the end of the day, guys, in life, you always have to kind of just make life what you want it to be. If we have to nitpick every single thing around us, every single person, every single system, structure, definitely, the flaws will just be insurmountable. And we're not here to focus on the flaws. We're here to focus on the roofs. You get what I'm saying? So let's try to put ourselves in a high vibration at all times and not really look at the negatives about things, but the positives. So I love Christmas because it was a great time for me. It's hella positive. Everyone's giving, receiving. It's a fun time. End of the year, kind of boil down. And this is what we're going to do here today. Kind of talk about staying in your lane and, with the end of the year coming, just kind of reflecting in retrospect this year, how it went for us and what are we doing moving forward in 2025. Now, I spoke about the ecosystem of positive habits, and I'm hoping that you guys are working on this. I'm hoping that you have made this a part of your everyday life activities, or at least your thought processing. At least you're thinking about, what can I do to align some positive habits that could get towards my goals and my dreams. And staying in your lane is super important regarding assuming that position to get towards these goals and dreams, to get in alignment with these goals and dreams, right? I see a lot of people always taking, I would say, example from others, which is a great thing. I mean, it's what we do here. Again, we would have no purpose if there were no people, right? But a lot of the times, especially in times like this one, Christmas time, you find that people tend to go above and beyond, and we really take a different approach to the realities and the schematics of what our life in its specificity is, or where we're at and the status of our lives. And you find that, consumerism has really beaten on us, especially the black man. And of course, rightfully so, there's a lot of reasons behind this, and we'll go into slavery and stuff maybe in 2025. But it has created this product-based mentality, material-based mentality, and it's getting the best of us. A lot of us have the ability to leap from the level that we're at right now. And I'm not saying to be a millionaire, or I'm not saying to, be a CEO, or let's, again, baby steps. Let's start smaller, okay? You can't even focus on having some quality time with your family, much less, you can't even focus on having some physical time, some gym time, getting some time out to do, something that's going to help your lifespan. So let's start small, right? We have to start thinking about what are these steps that we could take towards negating consumerism to a degree. Because at the end of the day, yes, we are here to live this experience and, experience materialistic things as well. Life is not just bland, I always tell guys, it's about wins and losses at the end of the day, right? And life would be so completely boring if you were always playing it safe. If everything you did was just in alignment with safety. And when I say that, I'm not saying that safety isn't safe. I'm saying that in the general expression of you expanding yourself, if every single thing that you do is in alignment with a safe move, then you will never have a win. And I can tell you, if you're an upright, positive-minded person and you're optimistic about your life, a loss is super exciting. So I've literally gone through a lot of losses in life that I can laugh about today. And the reason for that is because you learn from these losses. It's about lessons and not losses. Ideally, that's our mental thought processing going into 2025, right? We're not taking L's as losses. We're taking them as lessons. And if you look at it in that spectrum, you realize that life is so much more exciting than you think. So why always try to play it safe, right? In the context of staying in your lane, again, it's great to take example from others, but I really want our movement here to be something that is expansive. Let's focus on doing more than less. Let's focus on expanding our mental paradigms and really being more than we are today. All right? In alignment with the ecosystem of positive habits, you guys know I started with the push-ups. I've been talking about these from the time I started the podcast. Swung right into doing a couple miles run every week. And now I'm doing the gym, Listen to this story. There's a gym at work. Quick story. There's a gym at work is where I work my 9 to 5, right? There's a gym at work. Super convenient. And it's been there for the past year and a half or so. And every day I go downstairs, I go to lunch, I use the restroom, what have you. And I'm talking about physical coherence and trying my best to get towards it. And the gym has been there for over a year, and I've just noticed it. And you realize what I was saying in the first episode or so, second episode, that when you start doing these things, when you start thinking along the lines of you progressing yourself, your eyes open up to new things, to new people, to new processes, and it really blossoms you into a better person, which is ideally what we're looking at being, right? I see a lot of people taking the consumerism thing and making the worst of it. And I mean, of course, guys, again, life is about having experiences, and without, doing certain things, you might not get the results that you're looking for. But what are the results? What are the results that you're looking for? The results that you're looking for, a lot of the times, is just based on results that you see other people get. Hardly ever is there something that you have not done yet that you wholesomely could feel that this is something that, speaks to your soul. Most of the time you see it speak to someone else's soul, and then suddenly it speaks to yours. And this tends to really sway us from our goals and our journey, which is multifaceted. And it really puts you on a level where you are not living the experience that you ought to be living. And then you might say, Michael, what is that experience? Who are you to say I'm not living the experience that I ought to be living? Well, the thing is, that's where you get the backlog and the backburn all the time. Because you realize that you've been doing something a certain way for the past how many odd years of your life. And then there's just a void that needs to be filled. Guys, again, true success is not you attaining or amassing lots of money or having lots of women or men, or being really great at a sport. It's really when your soul speaks to what you're doing. Because again, we could be here now and later we're not. And that's how life goes. So if you feel that your route to getting to be this all-powerful person who has, so much money and so much success when it comes to this consumerism aspect of the capitalist system, you're fooled. That's not what it's about. Staying in your lane is representing your true core self. It's not necessarily limiting yourself to the bounds that you've set for yourself, but understanding that, again, going back to being kind to yourself, that you have free space, that you were issued a lane, that whatever creator, whatever deity that made this thing happen that has this globe floating in space. Quite interesting. Whatever did that created a path for you. And even within that path, you have many paths that you could take to lead to many results. That's how beautiful and how grand of a scheme of a life that you have is. That's what it is. So stop focusing on the other guy and what he's doing and the fact that this Christmas, Tom got his girl an iPhone 15 and you could have only got your girl a Hawaii. Well, Hawaii sounds like a pretty nice place to be, so I'm pretty sure the phone might be alright. I'm pretty sure that it does the same thing that the iPhone does, probably even more, because I've heard that the Androids, tend to work a little bit better. That's not an argument that I'm trying to have. But I'm just saying that you need to stay in your lane. Because if that's your girl, she'll appreciate it. She knows that you're in your lane. She knows what you're working towards. She knows that you want the best for her and that eventually the best will be for her. And that's just what it is. Stay in your lane. Focus on the things that you can do. Focus on the things that you can do. A lot of the times we overextend ourselves merely because we're trying to hang our hats where our hands cannot reach. And that's very unfortunate because a lot of time is being wasted during that process. You realize that every single year we come to this point. We do the whole 12 months. It's December suddenly. It's Christmas suddenly. It's the New Year. It's All Year's Night. Someone's having a kiss, someone's not. And then the New Year just blows in. And suddenly you're like, wow, geez, the whole year passed me by and I only did such and such and such. Well, it's because you didn't have a plan. You didn't have an ecosystem of positive habits. You were not aligning yourself with the right people in the right spaces. You were not doing any reflection on your prior activities or your prior actions. You're not believing in yourself. You're believing in someone else's lane. Guys, there's a million ways to do this. This life experience is not a one-size-fits-all series, okay? Every single one of us has the ability to be great in our own ways. We say, not all superheroes wear capes. All right, so keep that in mind. Focus on the things again that could let you grow, the things that could create expansion for you. Not the things that will demote you and deflate you and make you feel like you're not even worth being here. I talk to a lot of people and I realize that it's a growing issue that a lot of us feel worthless generally. That's because again you're living an experience that just has been prefabricated for you. You go through the whole school series thing, your parents tell you what they think it is. They only have a certain amount of intelligence, a certain amount of experience themselves. You need to take the onus on yourself to look beyond the horizon, right? Check this out. Expand your horizon. That's what you need to do. Expand. You probably can't read it from there, so I'm telling you what it is. Expand your horizon. It's objective. That's what you need to do. Expand your horizons and hit your objectives. And life will be life, because life is gonna life anyway, so it's about you looking at the glass half full and not half empty. It's about looking up and not looking down all the time. Okay, so guys, 2025, let's get it going. Of course, this is going to be my last video for this year, and I really wish I could have did more for you, but this is a growing process and I'm happy that you're here growing with me. All right, so I'll see you guys in the next one. It's just a short one, just a touch base, as you know. And of course, we will see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Happy holidays and Happy New Year.